What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV, and y'all, I'm an avid watcher of the It Is What It Is podcast with Cameron and Mase, simply because it's entertaining. I really don't go for their sports opinions or their sports takes. They just funny, okay? They look like some of your uncles and your cousins now that just say all the type of crazy, outlandish stuff that you like, man. Sometimes you want to say this stuff, but you like, I can't say that. But them dudes, they'll say it in a heartbeat, right? They say they off the chain like my father is. My father, when he amongst us, he will say whatever, okay? And speak freely, and I'm talking about unfiltered, cracking jokes, cursing, all type of just whatever, right? So in the midst of me watching this podcast, I can't help but think about, I couldn't help but go back and listen to certain stuff from Mase, because I told y'all my brother, who is deceased now, my older brother, his favorite rapper was Big. And so because he loved Big so much, he stayed trying to listen to bad boy artists when Big died. So he was listening to Mase heavily. We was listening to a lot of Mase, right? And so I'm going back and listening to all the music that Mase was on back during that time, during the late 90s. And I'm like, bro, like Mase was really the one. He was really that dude. And if you think about it, man, like he don't get the flowers he deserves because he helped bad boys stay afloat and still kept them shining bright after Big's untimely demise. Biggs was killed, and nobody, you know what I mean? And he was killed, and it was like, okay, where does bad boy go from here? And Mase picked up the torch. Now, again, he never amounted to everything Biggie was, whatever, right? But he had, I'm talking about, he kept them afloat, and he kept them shining, and he kept that fire, that flame lit. Just think about all the stuff he was on. Been Around the World on the No Way Out album. Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, him and Diddy. That shit was fire, bro. I remember we was going to Mississippi. Me and my fam, we going to Mississippi. My father and them originally from Mississippi. We taking a road trip from Chicago down to Mississippi. We listening to the No Way Out album. My cousin and my big cousin and my brother had my daddy and my stepmama and, you know, my auntie and them playing that. So all I'm listening to is Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, Been Around the World, right? Then we hear him on More Money, More Problems alongside Big and Diddy. And did he write Diddy verse on there? Did he write? I believe he may have wrote that verse on More Money, More Problems. If not, who, did somebody from the Lodge write that? Who knows, but right? So we hear that. Then we hear stuff like Feel So Good. Bad, 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 bad boy. You make me feel so good with Kelly Price. That shit was a hit. Like, then you got Tell Me What You Want From Me. Take a look at what you see. Tell me what you want. That shit was hard, man. Like, what? Want to see you happy even if you're not with me. You know how Mase be talking. Yo, Cam. You know, I be watching It Is What It Is. Cam. We not gonna, I tell a girl in the club back in the day when I was a little younger, if I only do the first night, if I can't do the first night, I can't do it. Because I don't got time like that. All right? You know what I mean? Tomorrow isn't promised. I gotta hit the first night. You know, they come up with all these excuses. Oh, you know, I gotta do, it gotta be the night. I can't, maybe tomorrow, I won't need it tomorrow. It won't matter. That's how Mase be talking, man, with the slow flow. But the slow flow played out well for him, right? When you hear him on tracks like Looking At Me. Like, you know, what my man say, I can't be mad because you look at me. Because on the real, look at me, right? You can't skip it real. You can't sit on your own because being broken alone is something I can't condone. Why you don't like me? Cause I'm mad, fly, and icy, and why you can't satisfy your wifey. You know, that's how he was coming with it. But, you know, then you got 24 Hours to Live. Then, even on the Double Up album, my sister bought the Double Up album, my older sister, right? My sister, Nay, loved Mase, right? And most girls did. Most of the young girls loved Mase. You know, he had the persona and the image that Diddy would like to package rappers with, for the most part, outside of Big. But Big was fly. He wasn't the pretty boy type, but Big was fly. He was real flashy with the clothes and all of that. Mase was flashy and fly, but the girls liked his look. They liked the dude with the dimples and the smile or whatever. You know, he used to have the waves in his head and all that type of stuff. He played into the pretty boy image, you know, and it was packaged well because he was smooth. When he talking on these tracks, he sounds smooth and is easily deliverable to women. Like, women love that tell me what you want. That's they shit. You hear me? They love Feel So Good. They love stuff like, Looking at Me, right? First of all, my little son, I was playing Looking at Me because I told y'all I'm listening to these songs back. My little son, my baby boy, he loves that song. He stops everything when he see the video and all that. He hear the beat. He love that damn song. You know what I mean? And it was like women were the same way. And because he had the slow flow, he was a perfect artist for a rap artist for R&B features. Like, due to his style, he wasn't super aggressive, super energetic, where he would drown out the R&B artist, or it would throw the song off or make the feel of the song sound bad. He would be right on par with the chorus. Like, look at Sitting on Top of the World. You can't get Busta Rhymes to come do that. You can't get Onyx and them to come do that, even though Fredro Starr was in Moesha. Mase fit on Sitting on Top of the World, right? Then on that 112, Love Me. Like love me and then let go. Hold me. Me. That shit, like, and then because I heard he was really, I was on outbeat with that damn snap. But anyway, I heard he was really sending shots at Jigga on his verse. Cause he was talking big boy shit. Like in there. He was talking it, but smooth, like boss type, player type stuff. But he sounded good over them R&B, them slow R&B beats with them singers, right? Then you see him on Mariah Carey's Bad Boy remix of Honey. Sounding good on there. Then he on a song with goddamn Brian McKnight, okay? Brian McKnight, this is before we found out he hate his kids and he disowned all his kids for his new family, you know, with for his new family, he hated and disowned all his kids. Before that, right? Brian McKnight was royalty. He was like Denzel Washington that sung. He was just a singer. Denzel Washington in singing form was Brian McKnight. All the older women love Brian McKnight. My mama included. She loved goddamn Brian McKnight. And I couldn't imagine Brian McKnight really with other rappers like that, but Mase and Betha. Mase get on there, You Should Be Mine, and kill it. Then he get on a Rugrats soundtrack, Take Me There with Maya, and make that shit sound good. Make it sound like, first of all, I love that dang on song because it reminds me of my childhood. You know, it just sounded good all the way around, right? Then, when you think about how he sounds and his whole flow, look at certain artists who were branches off of that style. What May say, I don't know why Looney and Fabby just want me that I'm their daddy, or something like that he said on that damn song, that I Don't Know Officer. You know that song with him and G-Unit, when he had the G-Unit stint, right? Where he said, yeah, I don't know who shot you. I don't know who stabbed you. I don't know who got you. I don't know who cut you. I don't know who robbed you. But you think I know because you know how my squad do. Mase came in there. Mase killed it on that dang on I Don't Know Officer. And this is Mase years after. This is like 05, 06. Years removed from him really being in that realm when, like, you know, in his real, when he was in his bag during the Harlem World release. Or in way before Double Up Harlem World, all that. And it sounded good on that, right? But when you think about the artists that branched from that style, he mentioned Loon and Fabulous. They had that same type of flow, which made them great over R&B production. Fab always was on an R&B song with a singer or something like that, or had singers on his songs because his style fit perfectly well with it, just like Mase's did. The same way Loon's did, so it made sense. You know what I mean? So I got to give Mase's flowers, man. Dude, with the dance moves, he was really charismatic. Even though he wasn't over the top, his charisma oozed through the tracks. When you listening to these songs and listening to how he talking and coming on the song, you're like, nah, man, this dude really got to be that dude. I saw him at the Soul Train Awards or something, perform Sitting on Top of the World with Brandy, coming out with the big ass fur coat on, with the white fur on. Looking player, man. Some people say they're like your auntie, like Mary J. Blige or something. I thought it was pretty fire, though. I ain't gonna lie to you, right? But, yeah, man, I think, man, people look at Mase in that It Is What It Is format, and a lot of the young kids don't really remember that era. Man, I'm young. I'm only 30 years old. But, again, I've been listening to music with a keen ear since I was a child because I had an older brother that was 9 years older than me, right? And I had an older cousin. He 8 years older than me. I'm with them all the time from a youth. I'm with my uncles and them, and this is what they listening to. So my introduction to rap music does not start with like to lyricism. My introduction to lyricism didn't start with like Lil Wayne and them, like my other peers. My peers, their introduction to lyricism started with Wayne. mine started way beyond that. I was listening to Jadakiss. You know what I'm saying? Beans. I was listening to Jigga. I was listening to, like, you know, DMX. I was listening to Nasir Jones. I was listening to, of course, 50 and all of that because I was around my older cousins. I was listening to Mase and Cam and all that. So I have an appreciation for that music and what Mase did. Because for real, it was his pen that helped keep Bad Boy lit at the time. And Diddy, he fell right into place for Diddy to promote, for Diddy to amp up as the next in charge or the next up. Now, we know that reign didn't last long because he decided to go into preaching and step away from music and trying to find himself in his religion and find himself with God, etc. But had he not stepped away, I feel like Mase was still gonna be in that lane Fab was in. He was gonna keep making big music, hits with R&B's singers on there. He was gonna keep being on features, and I think he was gonna keep making quality music where the people love, the ladies love, the dudes love. Cause listen, even the songs the ladies love, you be in here getting ready to go out, you trying to look fly, that shit Mase made, come on, you finna be in this goddamn shit losing your damn mind, cause it just sounds so damn good. It sounds so good. So yeah, man, like I think, you know, Mase don't get the credit he deserves, but I'm here to give him his flowers because I remember that time period, and how those songs made me feel as a young kid. And now revisiting that as an adult, now that I got kids, it's special. My daughter loved More Money, More Problems, right? She loved that, like Mase intro, all of that type of stuff. So, you know, Mase is a dope artist, without question. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.